Happy Sunday, you guys. There's the view. It's getting better. A few minutes ago it was so overcast that you couldn't see the water. You couldn't see the freighters parked in the water or anything. It's really weird. Anyway, still a lot of low-lying cloud. Welcome to Sunday. Here's your Sunday's vlog. I think I look a mess. I just finished working out and prepping my my caveman meal. I thought I'd show you guys that today. Stereo's playing Simple Minds Alive and Kicking, which is very apropos for me because, hey, I feel like hell today. I'm kind of getting sick, I think. I'm getting a sore throat, and I felt okay through the workout-ish. I even jacked up my weight on one of the exercises, but now I'm feeling a little kind of bleh inside, and my throat hurts still, so frustrating. At least I got through my workout because today was the last day of my program, and this program anyway, and I really wanted to get through it by the end of Sunday, which I've now done, thank God. I can rip it up and throw it out. Never have to worry about that missing day 2 again. It'll turn up eventually, I'm sure. Still bugging me, can you tell? Anyway, so next week my program is no longer supersets. It's going to be super circuits. I think I've got like 6 or 7 exercises in each circuit, and mixing compound with isolation moves. So I'm looking forward to changing it up quite a bit. I just finished 5 sets times 6 reps, and now I'm going to be doing 3 sets times 10 reps. So I hope that goes faster, because keeping track of 5 sets was hard. By the time I hit 3 or 4, I kept wondering if I was on 3 or 4. So it's just hard to keep track. Anyway, so I guess I have a new rule for myself as well, and that is no more tweeting during workouts. I made a concerted effort not to come near the computer today. While I worked out, while I took a drink of water or whatever, I would always come and tweet. No wonder my workouts were taking so long, and no wonder I wasn't sweating nearly as much as I used to. So no more tweeting. I'm not getting enough intensity out of it, so I have to be firm with myself and not tweet. So there's that rule for me and you. Don't be so interesting when I'm going to work out. Sorry, I feel like I'm a mess, so I'm playing with my hair too much. So anyway, so I'm going to come into the kitchen for a second and just remind myself of what I'm talking about. I wanted to show you guys my caveman meal before I eat it, because I'm going to eat it as soon as I turn this camera off. There it is. There's my bananas, are in there somewhere. You can't see them, they're buried. Strawberries, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, and that bran psyllium cereal I told you about. It's really good, it's crunchy yet yummy. Oh, and yogurt, of course, non-fat, organic yogurt. And these are the seeds that I put on my caveman meal. Just so you guys know, if you're going to use seeds for yourself, always buy them raw, unprocessed, like not cooked in oil, not salted, all that stuff, just shelled and raw, and preferably organic, like places like Whole Foods, Capers, or Trader Joe's, or whatever you guys have in your country. Buy them raw, get them home, and get them in the fridge right away, because they have a lot of really good oils in them, but the oils go rancid really fast. So ideally buy at a place that has really high turnover, really busy place. Fight the crowds and deal with it. Buy from a place that has high turnover. Get them home and get them packaged the way you want to package them, and get them in the fridge. Same goes for nuts. I also eat a lot of almonds. These are also raw. They're not salted. They're not cooked in oil. They're just raw. They're better that way. Pine nuts, same deal. Walnuts, same deal. And then these are just leftover, extra overstock for my other stuff. Sesame seeds and sunflower seeds, and those are hemp seeds. I haven't decided what I'm doing with those yet. I used to eat them a lot until I read that they throw your balance of omega-3s and omega-6s out of whack. There's too much omega-6s in them. So I haven't eaten them since I read that. I don't know if I'm going to chuck them or eat them eventually or what, I don't know. But they're in the fridge where they belong anyway, in the meantime. So same goes with almonds and walnuts and any other nuts that you might want to buy. Put them in the fridge right away. Keep the good oils from going rancid. And same goes for a lot of oils, like flaxseed oil. If you eat flax seeds, if you're going to eat them, eating them whole doesn't really do much for you, because they go right through your system without digesting. So grind them, but the minute you grind them, they're going to start going rancid. So either grind them, stick them in the fridge, or preferably the freezer, or grind them and eat them immediately with flax seeds, okay? Flaxseed oil should always be purchased from a refrigerated unit in the store. If it's on the shelf, don't buy it. Put, in a dark container, like a dark glass container here. I don't have any flaxseed oil right now, but I do have an Udo's oil. This is how it looks. This is how it should look, in a dark glass container, and it should be in the fridge at the store, and then when you get it home, it goes right into the fridge. Okay. I also want to talk to you a little bit about salt today. Well, not salt, so much salt as ingredients lists again. And then I know I'm getting repetitive, sorry. But I just want to enunciate how important it is to read ingredients lists. You think something as benign as salt would be pretty safe, right? No. Okay, so here's good old Sifto table salt. What's in the ingredients list? Salt, calcium, calcium silicate, pardon me, potassium iodide, sodium thiosulfate. I can't even pronounce that. So guess what? I don't eat it anymore. It's in the house only because when I boil eggs, they crack for some reason, and if I add salt to the water, they don't crack. So when I read that, I thought, well, I'll just keep that salt for boiling eggs, and that's it. So I don't eat it anymore. I do eat sea salt. Here's one brand that I do eat, and the only ingredients in this one is sea salt, and it's grinder, so it comes out chunky, which makes it even more fun to eat. But for me, at least, as you guys know, I don't eat a lot of packaged food, so I'm actually not afraid of adding salt to any of my food, because I know that society these days gets way too much salt. But that's primarily because we eat way too much packaged food, and almost every packaged food has way too much salt in it. You know, and by going to McDonald's and out for restaurant meals and stuff like that, there's a lot of salt and all that stuff. So yeah, if you do a lot of that, then try to limit your salt intake at home. But for me, I don't eat a lot of that, so I'm liberal with my salt. Your body needs salt. People who work out in the sun all day, construction workers and stuff, take salt tablets to keep themselves from keeling over from lack of salt, because they sweat so much. Athletes too. So I use salt wherever the hell I want, or pardon my language, wherever the heck I want. So when it comes to salt, yeah, check your ingredients list, but also with things like mixed spices. I only use Mrs. Dash. They don't add any weird stuff to their ingredients lists, but there's a lot of mixed spices out there. You read the ingredients list and it's like, what is that thing? I can't even pronounce it. What's that chemical in my spices? I thought I was buying just spices, but no, you're buying chemicals too. So read your ingredients lists. I guess what else do I want to talk about? I guess I could talk about my tea as well. Let me just close this up quickly. Sorry, showing you guys stuff you don't care about. The teas that I drink. I drink a lot of green tea, as you know. This is the little cheapy brand I buy. I buy it in like massive quantities, bulk. It's like super cheap. It's like $3 for a bag of 50 bags. I love this one. I'm kind of addicted to this particular brand. I don't even know what it's called. Golden Sale brand. I don't know if you can get it anywhere. I can only get it in one store, and I have to drive a really far way to get it. But as you guys know, I drink a lot of green tea. So in the evenings, I don't want to drink caffeine, so I'll drink a decaf kind in the evenings. I just keep my green tea in here because it's easier than pulling the box out every time. I also drink a lot of oolong tea, which is another same tea leaf. They all come from the same tea leaf. It's processed slightly differently. It also has caffeine in it, so it's a daytime tea for me. As well as white tea. I drink a lot of white tea just to change it up, because green tea all the time gets a little boring. It's not as caffeinated, white tea. It's not quite as caffeinated as green tea. I think it goes black tea is the most caffeinated, green tea is next, oolong is next, and then white tea is the least, and then of course decaf, whatever, is the very least, no caffeine presumably. So those are the teas I drink in the daytime, and then at night I will drink rooibos tea, which is a South African leaf, I think. There's no caffeine in that at all, so to change it up between my decaf green tea and my rooibos at night. And once in a blue moon, if I'm feeling like I'm not getting sleepy enough in time for bed, I will break out the chamomile. But I don't know how many antioxidants are in chamomile, but I do know that all these other ones are really high in antioxidants. So I do tend to drink just a load of them all the time. I don't add anything to my teas. To me, adding milk or honey or sugar or anything just does not taste right for those types of teas. Of course, that's a personal preference for me. I don't know if you guys would want to add stuff to green tea or not. To me, that just seems gross. But anyway, so that's another little trip around my kitchen. I hope I'm feeling better soon. I have to go grocery shopping next and get some proper vegetation in my fridge, because it's getting a little bare in there. But yeah, that's all I pretty much want to talk about today. So I hope you guys are having a great weekend. It's almost over. On to the next exciting week, right? Hopefully cool, fun things happen to all of us next week. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.